Hello everybody, Bearded Brush. Here we are for another vlog of my Moria Goblin army. Apologies, it's been sort of over a month now since my last update, but honestly it's been busy as always. Christmas has just been for us, well, I say for us, for everyone, but for it's been 2 days now since Christmas has come along, and just leading up to work, many other things, was very busy. Built a new shed for the garden, needed a new shed because the previous one was just an absolute mess, so I built that, took up a weekend doing that. Obviously hanging up Christmas decorations, buying Christmas presents, lots of family time, and so although these here have been painted, it was a long process, and after that I just did not have any time. So finally it's the day after Boxing Day, and I thought I'd just give a little bit of a quick update on where I am on the army. Just a little pre-thoughts. Loved painting these models. In the previous video, these were mainly sort of metal and maybe some have been undercoated, but I loved painting these models. The little details in them was just fantastic. I need to look out for another made to order because these guys are only done on a made to order, but I will look to get some. Because they're such characterful things. I think it's in a previous video. I'm going to use some of these, I'm going to convert them up, but these guys just want some more of these because the character's so good, and they just look fantastic. They are just brilliant. They're really cool, got loads of personality. It'd be interesting to see if they did do a new range, what they would look like in terms of like the forge-rolled resin. I think they could look pretty damn good, but yeah, they're really cool. What we'll do is we start off with this fellow here. So this is a Goblin Shaman, and he is, now I'm not sure if I touched on him in the previous video, can't remember now, but I'm not sure if this is an alternative pose or the original pose, but obviously the Shaman you can get, or Shaman, however you fancy pronouncing it. But the one in the command pack where you get the captain, you know, the drummer beaters and all that, he's kind of the alternate way around. So he's holding the staff, this arm, pointing with that sword, I think, something like that. Whereas this guy's a lefty. Now I can't remember if this is just simply an alternate pose or if it was the original one that was replaced by the one we currently have. But either way, I can't remember made to order. I think he's only at £6 or something daft. And he's come out really well. I'm really pleased with him. Usual colour schemes. I gave his armour a bit more of a shine compared to the others, and that was basically because I wanted him to look a bit more, not regal, a bit more important, like he does look after things a bit better. Wanted him to look a bit cleaner. The reds I've tried to mute slightly compared to the others. You'll see on some of the Prowlers, their red is really vibrant. This guy, the red's slightly more muted. Reason for that is I wanted it to seem like, because he's the magic guy, so combat isn't quite his thing, so he's not so worried as such about his clothes as such, you know, from all the magics he's been using, all the effort he goes to in terms of casting and things. I kind of assumed maybe that would have an effect on cloth, on like material stuff, whereas the armour, he would obviously shine that up to sort of create more of an illusion when he's launching his spells and things. It's going to like reflect off him with so much more vibrancy. That's kind of what I thought in my head. So that's why his reds are slightly more muted, I think so anyway, compared to the rest. Just making a very slight subtle difference. No one's going to really notice it, but that's what I was aiming for, and I think it looks cool. I was kind of contemplating as well trying to go for like a glow effect on his staff. About there maybe, but it's too small for me to work with, to be fair. I could try, I suppose, but maybe get with another model, but it's just a bit too small. But yeah, it's a Shaman, and what I do like as well, it wasn't intentional. The green paint I'm using, the camo green, is the original, one of the last of my original pots, and I can't zoom in too much because you'll start to blur, but if you look at its face, it's a bit claggy because obviously the pigment is starting to go a bit off, I suppose, in the pot because it's so old. That, to me, has added some character to his skin. It's made it look quite motley, kind of spotty almost, and I really like that. It wasn't intentional, it was only afterwards that I noticed it. And I've actually noticed it with a few of the others around here as well. I'm really pleased with that, because it gives him like this motley, spotty, like manky complexion. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. So this is Shaman. I've got a couple of Prowlers here. Sort of alternated their colours. There we go. There you go. So you can see here the reds, in my mind, are a bit more vibrant, a bit more like pop. And again, you can see the skin on this guy's arm here is a bit motley because the pigment, again, that wasn't my intention, I was just using it, but I think it's actually added to the flesh, which is kind of cool. But I went in batches of these guys, so what I'll do is I'll do a couple, and I'll do, so that it's basically like, two would have, well, as you can see, two would have the reds on their hoods, sort of thing like this, and there'd be like browns on their tops, and browns on their, you know, their loincloths, or whatever you want to call them, the lower portions of their clothing. Armour, they aren't so armoured up, these guys, as you can probably see. Oh, I have some issues here zooming in. There we go. They're not so armoured up. They got this dude's got a full male top, but some of them are sort of more covered up. Like for example, with this guy, obviously, as you just saw, you can't really see his armour. He's got like a vest. It looks like a male vest, I suppose. It might be that it sits underneath here, maybe he's got the sleeves that sit over, but it's unlikely. It's probably sitting underneath the male. But yeah, these guys are a little bit less armoured up. They've got little daggers, little like leather strapped up greaves and whatnot. But cool design. They're cool. I like the idea of it. I like the idea that they're more stealthy, I believe. They're taking advantage of the fact that they can wound people when they're trapped. That's what these guys are. They're more opportunists, but they're just not as heavily armoured as the others, and I quite like the idea of that. I like the design of it. Two more guys here. I love their faces. Their faces come out really nicely, I feel. And again, you've got a dude here with like a red top. That's like his hood. You've got a guy here with like a red undertop down here on his male here, look. Nice browns on the top. Warmfang brown, Rhinox hide, all the usuals. Funnily enough, these guys, both of them, look, they've both got proper knee armour. I can't think what the word is for it. You've got proper knee armour there. To me, that's sort of, I like it. It's a good idea, but it's a bit strange because I'm sure in real life this armour would rely on the upper and lower portions of the armour for that to really connect up efficiently well. But again, I like the idea of it. I like the ragtag look of it. I think it's pretty cool. Then you got, which one is it? Done that one, down that one. To be fair, you guys have seen these really now. Then you got this guy, obviously he's got the Masked Avenger. Again, a red mask, red underneath there. Light brown hoodie, dark brown top. And then you got another one there, Masked Avenger. So again, similar sort of thing. These guys match. Again, sort of thing, same sort of thing. Red lower, red masks and stuff. They come out really nicely. Skins have got that mottled effect through the paint. Bases as usual. Shabty bone and white scar, you know, to highlight up with. Very simple. Another batch I'll do some more greenery with to sort of mix it up a bit. So these are the metal alternate poses for the goblins. The guy's face on here is fantastic. I love it. I haven't done it too much justice actually. I must admit I could have done a bit of a better job, but I'm pleased with it. The eyes come out nicely. But yeah, this is this dude looking awesome with his armour. So much armour. Really cool. Bow, look, got some slight highlights on the bow again. Rhinox hide. This guy's brilliant. Love the characterfulness of this guy's face. Just peering under. Haven't done the pupils yet on him actually. I've missed him, so I need to do that. But yeah, again, fantastic models. Really cool. Quite a few archers in this alternate set. You only get one spearman, which is a shame, but you can do things with it, I'd imagine. This is a brilliant pose. I love this pose. He's got his arrow pointed down. He's like proper. You could really see this guy sneaking up. You could almost make an awesome little diorama of this guy. So you could have like a, I don't know, an elf or something there, sort of thing. You'd have this guy sort of sat here, just hidden out of the distance, hidden in the corner or something, sort of sneaking up to get a pot shot on someone. You could make a really cool little diorama. So he's cool. Another guy here. Ta-da! Simple pose, very similar to the plastics archers. If we look at, where are we? So like this one here, for example, quite similar pose, leaning into the arrow sort of thing. It's, you know, very similar, very cool. I know these guys are officially called Moria Goblins with extra armour. This one always, I believe it's this one, reminds me of the original rule book, source book that come with the game that very first came out. Yeah, when it came out. I forgot what words wrong in them. And at the back of it, there's this awesome bit of like tutorial of how to make scenery and how to paint the models and stuff. And oh, it's got brighter. And it looks like this is the guy they used for the demonstration. He had like him undercoated, then him with a white highlight, for like the face and stuff, and then it went through stages. And I'm sure it's this guy, or it might have been this one actually. It's one of the two. It's one of these guys they used for that display thing, for the how-to step-by-step process, and it always reminds me of that. I think it's brilliant. I love that book. Love that book. It's a really good book. I always read it now and again for a bit of nostalgic reading. These guys are very simple to paint, really simple, because as you can see, there's not a lot of green, there's not a lot of cloth, not a lot of anything really. It's mainly just metal. You can do a lot with them. Don't get me wrong. You can do tons with them, really. But these just come out perfectly. A few hours work, not many. I sort of said to myself after these guys, maybe I should give some of these goblins some real justice and really go mad for it on the painting skills. But I don't know if I've got the skills to really be able to paint these guys up to any phenomenal level. They're just a bit too small, as I've said before. But I might well give it a go. I feel they do deserve it. Oh, I need to go over his hair. Look, haven't redone this guy's hair yet. Still a bit shiny metal. I've left the hair black on all these guys. I didn't overly highlight their hair. I did give a very slight highlight, but it's barely noticeable. But yeah, because of only black hair, it's hard to really go nuts on it. But yeah, I like the spearman pose. I do like this pose. I'm going to try and see if maybe I could try and do something, convert maybe one of these when I get another set. Could maybe keep the keep the shield off this guy, and then model a spear into this hand, maybe like that, and maybe stick the shield on his back to make him a spearman, maybe try and get some more spearmen, maybe something like that, or maybe try and rework an archer guy. Could do. I could maybe shave off the bow, holding the bows there, and I could have it so that this hand is remodelled, so it looks like he's holding a spear. Almost like he's trying to chuck it in a weird sort of way, maybe. His hand could be clenching a sword, or that hand could be simply just clutching a spear, and he could be reaching behind, maybe. I could model a shield, maybe there. Have a little play around. There. That'd be cool. I miss those old books, actually, just thinking about it. Obviously, there you go, there's my pride and joy. Another one's on the way. I have a couple of these guys rocking out, but I do love it. Yeah, I do miss those books where they used to sort of do the explanations of how to just make your own terrain and stuff. I know they do it slightly now, but obviously it's Games Workshop. They're pushing their own plastic kits, which are wonderful. Don't get me wrong, but I do miss the homemade stuff. I've got a couple of their older books from like the early 2000s. I think one's from like '99, and the how-to stuff's brilliant. Like you got the foam, stones, PVA, static grass, all that stuff. It looks so much more organic. I love the plastic kits and I intend to buy some, but it's a shame they don't promote the self-making side of things as well. I think it's like a very slight missed opportunity there for them to make some more money by simply selling that sort of stuff. But who knows? But so yeah, next up on the cards is obviously more of these guys. Progress has slowed down to pretty much a standstill, but I will be still working on them. I need to buy the command pack. Need to get a few more bits and bobs. Or did I get the command pack? It's been a while now since I checked my stocks. But yeah, it's all coming along nicely. Hopefully soon-ish, over the next few months, I might try and work on some battle reports and stuff. Just got to see how finances are. Things need doing for the house and whatnot as usual, as life goes on for the children as well, and for family life and whatnot. But bit by bit, guys, I'm getting there. Hopefully some battle reports will come out soon. I'll rope a few of my good friends into sort of trying to work something out with me, I'm sure. But failing that, the progress updates will still keep coming along. Can work on some more armies soon as well, hopefully, all being well. Once I've got these guys rocking and rolling, got to tidy up the bases and stuff as well. But yeah, that's it for now. Let me know what you think, guys. Hope you all had lovely Christmases, or whatever it is that you guys celebrate out there. I want to thank all my viewers. I want to thank everyone for watching me over the last year. And I want to thank you all for your continued support and comments. I really do appreciate it. I love reading your comments. It's always fun. I always get excited. I'm sure my wife, bless her, she just human speed, but whenever I get a comment, I'm like, someone's commented, look. She's like, yes, dear, wonderful. That's so cool, so it's awesome. I have a small amount come from America. I have a very small percentage that come from Asia as well, funnily enough, people that watch me. My analytics on the YouTube sort of details and stuff, which is awesome. So hello to everyone further afield than merry old England. But I wish you all well for the new year. Happy modelling. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. Keep safe, keep well, keep happy, and I shall see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.